Today we're going to give you a quick rundown of all the bearings from Bones and what the differences are. Bones Bearings was the first brand to custom design their bearing with skateboarding in mind. George Powell, one of the co-founders of Powell Peralta and Bones Wheels, wanted to make a bearing that could handle the abuse of skateboarding, and he partnered with a bearing manufacturer in Switzerland, where they fine-tuned them into what today is known as the Bones Swiss bearings. They designed the removable dirt shields, molded nylon ball retainers that could be removed for cleaning, and they adjusted the tolerances and clearances to allow the bearing to withstand the impact and lateral stress that normal machine bearings aren't designed to handle. However, the costs of manufacturing the bearings in Switzerland were a bit too high for the average skater to afford, so he took his designs and found a manufacturer in China that could make the bearings for less cost. Hence, we have two different categories for Bones bearings. We have the Swiss bearings, which are the ones made in Switzerland, and the Reds, which are made in China. The Reds still have all the same skate-rated features. The difference comes down to the quality of the materials and the precision of the manufacturing. First, let's look at the Reds. This is the entry-level bearing for Bones, but that doesn't mean it's at all bad quality. These are tried and true, and they are the best-selling skateboard bearings on the market. I've personally skated many sets of Reds over the years, and I have no complaints. I've had Reds that have lasted almost a year with very little maintenance, and since they're affordable, if one does eventually blow out or seize up, I'm not too bummed because I can get another set without breaking the bank. And of course, I keep the old ones that are still good for spares in case I or a friend needs a bearing during the sesh. Next up is the Big Balls Reds. These bearings have 6 slightly larger ball bearings instead of the normal 7. The advantages to having bigger balls is that there are fewer friction contact points, which allows for further distance when you push and overall faster top speed. They also don't get clogged with dirt as easily because the debris just falls back out, which makes them easy to maintain because you won't have to clean them as much. Super Reds are the leveled up version of regular Reds. They use a higher quality steel and better surface finishing for the balls in the inner races, which results in a quieter, smoother, and more durable bearing. Race Reds are designed for downhill skating, but you can certainly skate them normally too. The inner races extend inward through the inside of the wheel and they meet in the middle. This ensures that the bearings and the wheels are perfectly aligned, which allows you to tighten the axle nut completely so your wheels don't wiggle and vibrate as much. It's not something you'll notice if you're skating normally, but it makes a difference when you're mobbing downhill at 50 miles an hour. So if you like bombing hills, this one's a good option. The ceramic Super Reds have ceramic ball bearings inside of them. Ceramic is actually much harder than steel and thus provides less friction, and it also continuously repolishes the inside of the steel race as you roll. This means you won't have to lubricate your bearings as often, but you still should lube them occasionally. The best part about ceramic bearings is that they don't rust, which makes them perfect for cruisers and commuting boards where you end up riding through puddles or through the rain. They're pretty pricey, but they are an investment bearing, especially if you use your board to get around a lot. One thing to consider with ceramic bearings is that while ceramic may be harder than steel, it is more brittle. So these bearings would not be ideal for skating big impact like stairs or handrails. Now let's look at the Swiss line of bearings. The Bones Swiss bearings are the original. They're the gold standard for skateboard bearings. Other companies compare their bearings to these. These have the highest quality steel and precision manufacturing, which makes them faster and more durable than the Reds lineup. But since they last longer, that means you have to take care of them. But fortunately, they're pretty easy to clean if they get full of gunk. The Super Swiss 6 bearings are the big ball version of the Swiss, meaning they roll faster and longer and are a bit more durable than even the Swiss. And lastly, we have the infamously expensive Swiss ceramic bearings. This is Bones' top tier bearing. Again, the ceramic ball bearings need very little maintenance and will not rust even if you skate in the rain. Just a little testimonial, this is my filmer and cruiser board. It's a stack of Oreo cookies because why not? I've had this same set of Bones Swiss ceramic bearings for 9 years. I won them on Go Skate Day in 2015 and I'm still using them. And I've done absolutely zero maintenance and they still roll just fine. Again, ceramic is brittle, so keep it low impact, but Swiss ceramic or the ceramic Super Reds are definitely a good investment if you plan on pushing around everywhere. And that's our Bones Bearings overview. Grab yourself a set on Tactics and have fun skating fast. Peace.